Right, hello back. We are starting on a new part of the game, which is going to be glass. So in the last one, we figured that we're done with logs, or I have, and I decree as such. And if you hear any sort of noise, then I'm trying to get the air conditioner not blast on my back, or else I'm sure I will die. There you go. So let's start with glass-related things, which means finding a glassworks. Okay, let's clear the map and just say none, glassworks, sand. I just want to make sure before I get into this industry chain. Sand. It's quarry. Okay, we only do quarries. Q. It's going to be mighty interesting. You take anything and then chemicals, liquid terminal and wharf. Let's start here. Mind you, chemicals go into a whole bunch of places. Probably don't steal all of them. So your glassworks, you're not really being used much. That's easy, chemicals can come here. We only have 30 quarries and 31 glassworks is, we have relatively few of most things. And by the looks of it, quarries are few and far. And they also do aggregates. Ha. Let's do this again. Sand only goes to glassworks. Okay, well, did I say glassworks? Yeah, I did say glass. Probably sand would be a better start. Okay, let's just deal with these. It's pretty bad because they're very congregating in one place. I'm tempted to say this goes there, that goes here. Map. 63 tons. Even if I triple, this is shit. It's a little less shit. So there are decent ones. Are you gung-hoing because this is being gung-hoed and you kind of close gung-ho from that? Which is probably exactly what's happening here. And you're normal. And the one I was eyeing a moment ago is the crappiest one. But the problem is, if I do a chain like that, Okay, where does goods go in this map apart from the useless things? Store, petrol station, supply yard. So the only thing we care about really is supply yard, because the others are just I'm trying to get to is that if I don't bring it here, then there's going to be nothing in the whole region that produces. Yeah, I'm going to bring it here. Maybe. I want to try something. Except it's not goods I want, but sand. Yes. $512. The skylift. There's the illusion. I think it's going to be too far. Nope. Okay. I'm kind of curious about this. Also, how much of this you take? 60 tons. So we'll be stuck here for the better part of 3 months. I don't know if this is a cheat. Thing is, a truck could make this in 3 months. Also, it's more like half a month really, because yeah. Yeah, that's definitely not going to work. So what we'll do instead is to bring this to some intermediary spot and then have it picked up by a train. Like here-ish. I wanted a separate station because I didn't like the name. And the naming would have been too sensible. And that map is a little too big. Okay, boys and girls, F off for 2 moments. Focus. I don't want this. So we have 30-ish sand mines or quarries or whatever they are. Okay, this is actually fine because this is not crossing tracks, but I do want to put down this. These are crossing tracks. Do I even have trains for sand? I do. But you know what? I'm just going to honestly, technically 2 counts of these, which are probably going to be about as successful as this. Why? You are making some money because you're more expensive than that, but fine. Pick up here. Pick up here. Dump here. I don't even think we need a second one. And then we're really doing sand. So I think I'm going to change my Photoshop and say sand, which is a little on the outside, but I need to figure out bring chemicals. Okay, wharf. And I think it was liquid terminals. So there's one of each here. And chemicals aren't being pulled from either. So if I take these two and leave those for now, then that leaves a spot for. Okay, you do 216K. How much is that in capacity? That's about 2 months, two vehicles worth of stuff. What I'm trying to point out is that the actual production isn't enough, in my mind anyway, to warrant a train running, and this should have been, yeah, should have been like this. So if I take clone, why isn't there medium? M, you separate order, dump. I said dump. Probably get like 6 of these. So that train is going to make F4 money, which is totally unsurprising. As for the goods, could take it to a supply yard, but nowhere else. There's one there that's unused. Okay, I'm going to trigger this because I think one of the big issues that we don't do is that we leave these, and that's it. Sell. So now at least it's going to start putting things out, which will make it a little more obvious for me on the map station screen later. Goods could come here, but we'd get very little out of it. And we'd get very little out of it anyhow. Now that I closed it, one. I mean, clearly not doing enough of goods. Okay. This will not really do anything, but I'm curious if I can go without go and then do a farming supply, which will do exactly the same. You, oi. So what I'm curious about, you probably didn't bring anything, which has not helped. I'm curious to see if triggering it empty does anything. Okay, you suck. Come on, come on. Ah, so there is more than nothing. Do we have more than nothing? Yes, good. That's precisely what I wanted. I don't actually care where these are going yet. I mean, they might be coming here or something or there, but we can decide later. The thing is, copper smelter needs chemicals, but where does copper go apart from port? But ports are limited, so I'm better off bringing everything into glass works. Like you can only gung ho. Okay, I mean, in that case, I don't even know where the bloody thing is. Yeah. Mm, okay, I'll bring a second one because it's going to get a little busier, but do I want to pick up chemicals from all these places? And the answer is kind of yes, but okay, turn. So all these places are these four. Hmm. I'm not sure this is sensible at all. Also, I want to revamp this whole thing. You guys could do me a favor and be sensible. Shut up. I don't believe this will be 4x5. And then that's just going to be stupid. So these two can probably go on one line. If this is out, let's do one at a time because it's going to be a little complicated. I also just don't really believe we'll need such a large. Ah, come on. Go away. Clearly, that's not going to work. Shut up. This is a little bucky. What I'm trying to get to, map, go away. So if this is going to be in, then this little piggy comes off here. This little piggy does not go there. It instead comes here. And this little piggy goes here. Theoretically, it should work. There was 7. I mean, I can't say that's logical. It should probably come through here, but that's, yeah. You know what? Nah. Also, don't want to put deepers yet because then it F's up my signaling thing. What am I? Should probably find whatever train's crossing there. Yeah, I'm pretty convinced this is not going to make money. obviously. Okay, depot time. Okay, I managed not to F this up, which is unusual. Building materials. You take building materials. So you output the same amount, and you have weird. Everyone's making money. So what we want, especially because these are not that great. Okay, how much stuff you take? 520. You'll be fine. Come here, go there, go there. I don't believe we'll need two of them, but fine. So these take a variety of things, but I'm not going to bother with them yet because we are just not there. And farm supplies, I should trigger them though. I really should start doing that. Yeah, that'll do. Go. Sell. So now you output farm supplies. I want to keep the stocks. There's nothing wrong with those. Go. Sell. You don't count. You petroleum fuels. I mean, neither do is that anything that gets created needs to be taken, or at least some of it. So now we have petroleum fuels. Actually, I think the next episode is going to be that, just clean up everything, like trigger everything, which will probably take more than one episode, really. You do farm supplies. Nope, don't do that. Turn it around. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to start doing that now. Produced any. The only thing will be, I want to allow, oh, I could just go by name. No, I don't really want to do it like this. Why don't we sand aggregates, building materials? Go by production. I'm really thinking how best to do this. Okay, well, one thing is that this maglev needs to go elsewhere. Oh, for fuck's sake. Even that's not really going to cut it for me. Okay, that was not as great as I had thought. Just go around, damn it. Mac, don't fucking do that. Right, so that's more than zero, more than zero. These are all zeros. Is alcohol we've not gotten to, so sex of nuts, we don't, chemicals. So conquering, but we're not doing anything with you. That's marvelous. And petroleum fuels. Same here. Okay, I want to allow myself to do construction while it's the elections. Okay, must be some remainder stuff, but fine. 7. So it's the same chemicals and petroleum fuels. You already go away, and you do come here and go away. So the slight issue with these is that we'll have to do all of it. Farm supplies. Can we? I want to go by name. So you are something, you are nothing. Chemicals. I did not want the trees. I really don't like that X is bound to that stupid thing. Like, I don't want the trees, I don't want the bridges, I don't want stations. Just go to the fucking depot. Okay, we did this one next, and it's. Did I? I know I turned off the stations. I get that, but nah. Okay, this is probably not going to be too exciting, so I think I might do this off screen. But I'll start it and then do it off screen. Chemicals, petroleum fuels. Do a small one. And petroleum fuels. Power running cost. I would like to get the capacity back, not reliability. No one cares about that. So chemicals. I don't even care. This is more than a little painful. Trickle gate. DTTTD. Tinkle pool. I think we've triggered this. Slumber 10. We don't have chemicals here, so. Yeah, we have 4 minutes. I'll definitely do this off screen because I think this is far too interesting for anyone. Slumber 10, Slux 10. This is so unused that it's unused beyond unused. Well, Let me guess, chemicals and farm supplies. Chemical. Can we actually do speed? Yeah, deal 140. Farm supplies. You know what? I'm going to cut it here because I don't believe this is interesting for anyone. I'll do the desktop screen. So thanks for watching, and come next episode, we're going to be back on doing sand. Until then, I'll clean up this mess. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any thoughts. Bye bye.